today I'm extraordinarily lucky to be sitting and chatting with CLEO's amazing beauty editor, Rachael Mannell. Hi Rachel. Good to see you too. You've been at CLEO now for a little while.
Yes,
How long?
7 years.
How did you manage to break into that amazing world of ACP publishing?
Well, I was actually at B Magazine as beauty editor, and I'd been there for about 3.5 years. And Paula Joy, who was the editor at CLEO, poached me. And I had Napoleon Purtis calling me. He was acting a bit like a broker, I think, and I'd have to sneak into the fashion cupboard and take his calls and sort of talk to him about it. But I'm really glad that I did go to CLEO because B Magazine closed 4 months later. So it was actually really good timing.
How come you'd forged a relationship with Napoleon so you could talk to him in the cupboard?
Well, I think because he was starting out and he was very passionate about makeup, and I'd supported him quite well. He wasn't an advertiser. He wasn't someone that, you know, I felt like I should support, but there were a couple of products that he had that I thought were really new and innovative, and I'd put them in. So I think he felt that I was someone that he'd sort of want to help.
When we see Rachel at events, you can be the real Rachel?
You can be the real Rachel who has heels and lipstick on.
Yeah.
I think there are, you know, everyone has different facets to them, but I think that it's showing respect to whoever's launching if you, you know, make an effort and bring a certain amount of energy to a launch.
I've heard new people in the industry say, I'm really scared of Rachel. Why do you think they might say that?
I don't know. Yeah, maybe I'm scary. I remember when I first started out, I think there was me, Justine Cullen, there was a couple of other girls, and we were called the Beauty Mafia. But I don't know, I think that's just maybe where you were confident girls that, you know, just did their thing, but I try and be nice to everyone.
What is it you like about launches?
Well, finding out new things.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what they're there for. That's why you go to launches, is to find out something new. So hopefully when you do go to a launch, you find out something new.
Do you sometimes go to a launch and think, I don't think it's worth my while being here?
Yes, I do. I do, because you know, you're asking people to, you know, leave what they're doing and, you know, go to an unknown address to hear what you have to say. And there are some launches that maybe don't cover anything new, or maybe they could have just sent the product to your desk. I think you have to, I think clients have to be discerning, or I think PR companies have to really guide their clients to work out what should be launched and what should be sent. But you know, that doesn't happen all the time, but it, you know, it does happen.
What do the Star Awards sort of mean to you in the industry, for you?
For me, well, I was a judge last year, so I think that gave me a little bit more insight, and it also made me think about the year and how many launches there'd been and the categories. I think, you know, sometimes they all just, they don't roll into one, but you know, there are so many launches that it was nice to be made to look at them and look at their merits and see if they worked, and I really enjoyed that process.
Do we know you as you really are, or is there a lot more?
I think you do. I think you do. I think I'm pretty honest. Sometimes too honest.
What kind of school child were you? What kind of little girl were you?
I went through a few very studious years.
Did you?
And I think that's because I was influenced by a girl who was really good. But I definitely, I would say every report card said she's easily distracted and she distracts people.
Excellent, must be fun.
Yeah, great fun. Yeah, no, they all said that really. But I've got a real sort of bookworm side, and I think that's being an only child. Mum would, you know, sort of put a book under my nose. It was a great way to get me out of a hair for 5 seconds. So I became an avid little reader, and I can actually speed read now.
Is that right?
Yeah, and I think that's just brain training. But then obviously I have a really outgoing side, and I like to be silly. I think it's really important to be silly, because otherwise, you know, serious moments don't mean anything. And I think we all need to take a bit of a chill pill. And I like to laugh, and I like to be silly. And I think there's more, I don't know, there's more little moments in life that could be a little bit more uplifting and a little bit more lighthearted.
So, in kind of a paradox to your bookworm nature, you've also recently been doing the CLEO TV.
Yes. CLEO Make Me a Makeup Artist.
Thank you.
Yeah, that was such a great experience. It was a really great idea by my editor and our ad team, and they asked me to host it. The prize was $10,000 from Priceline, and it was to encourage makeup artists to, you know, give them a foot in the industry. And we had to choose 4 out of, you know, over 1,600, which was really hard. I sort of got given a really edited bunch of makeup artists, and then I sort of picked who I thought would be really good, and they were invited to, you know, submit looks that they'd done and a photo of themselves, so we could just get a gauge of what kind of person they were. And I just loved the process. I was really invested in it. I got quite emotional choosing, you know, the winner with the other judges. It was Ray Morris and Anna Hull, and we got really really teary, actually, to choose, because you're changing someone's life. $10,000 for a struggling makeup artist looking to get into the industry, because it's so tough. It was a really good feeling. I loved it. I loved hosting. It was really fun.
Did you learn things?
Yeah, well, I was pretty clued up on camera angle already.
Come on, tell me about camera angle.
Because I'm not camera shy. Well, I always think that it's a little bit better for the camera to be slightly above, so you don't see a double chin.
Okay.
And the camera here is a little bit too low for me.
Show me a head movement that
well,
you would or
if
wouldn't
you're
do.
having your photo taken, this is for me though, everyone's
Yeah,
different, because if you have a large nose, you probably shouldn't do this.
Okay,
but I've got a small nose, so this is
so
kind of
you're right.
okay. You turn your head slightly to the side, slightly tilt it, slightly put your jaw out, and then the camera has to be there.
I love it.
But I taught you that ages ago.
You did.
I've been watching you. Have you been doing it?
I don't think I've learned enough lessons. I need more time.
Yeah, I'll
with
give you another lesson. Next launch, I'll give you a lesson.